You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodriguez for Black and White Live. Well, we're going to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo and some things that Adam Schefter said on a appearance on a podcast about the idea that, of all things, Jimmy Garoppolo might stay with the 49ers. And what's odd is we're kind of starting to hear a little bit more of that. Okay, we're kind of starting to hear more rumblings of Trey Lance isn't ready. Colin Cowherd said something about it. Joe Montana and Steve Young both said something about it. And even Richard Sherman come out, was vocal, and was like, you better think twice about getting rid of Jimmy G. Well, it seems maybe that management might be considering that. Now, for the longest time, we talked about how we believed that it was Kyle Shanahan that wanted to be playing Jimmy G. Then we started hearing maybe it was actually John Lynch that wanted to be playing Jimmy G and not Kyle Shanahan. And now we're hearing rumblings of, and I did a video about this, but there's even more about it, and we'll talk about it, John Lynch going back to the television booth, because that has come back up again in the last day. This time, to Amazon or Fox, because of the bombshell around Troy Aikman not accepting Amazon and leaving Fox. Okay? And they still don't know exactly what Joe Buck's going to do and all that other stuff. But we'll get to that. Let's look at this first, because I guess there's rumblings Jimmy G might actually hang around. Jimmy G trade still hangs on whether Trey Lance is, quote, the guy. And guys, I got to tell you, if this guy has set for an entire season, actually got to see the field a couple of times, and there's still rumblings coming out that he can't play from people around the Niners, something is very, very wrong with this draft pick. It's almost a given that Trey Lance, the 2021 third overall pick by the 49ers, will suit up in week 1 to lead the offense. Is it? The pending move lies with his predecessor, Jimmy Garoppolo, who's expected to be traded sooner than later. At least that's what we assumed. ESPN NFL reporter Adam Schefter appeared on the Ari Meroff NFL show to discuss the Niners' plans with juggling Garoppolo and Lance over the offseason. According to Schefter, Garoppolo isn't expected to hightail just yet, based on their current evaluation of Lance's development. Quote, I'm just telling you that Trey Lance was probably further behind than people realized. I've heard some of that kind of stuff around Peter Schrager, too. Schefter then delved into the gaps in Lance's resume that may justify any perceived rust or sluggish development. Trey Lance is greener than people realize. Trey Lance is going to need more work than people realize. And this is a key, and it's a great thing that Schefter said. And they have a roster that can win now. That's the thing. Do you literally sacrifice a year or even 2 of what most definitely could be a Super Bowl roster to see if this guy's you hope's going to develop, and then you have no other quarterback? That's dangerous. He didn't play college football at all for 2 years. 2 years ago, Schefter noted he's coming from a small school, North Dakota State, to begin with, and there is a steep learning curve for a quarterback like that who's blessed with a lot of talent, who they're still very high on. Taking a step back rather than shipping Garoppolo off, 49ers general manager John Lynch may be holding on to the veteran quarterback over his project play caller until Lance truly jumps off the screen. So, quote, so are you better than playing the season with Jimmy while Trey gets the training that he still needs? Are you better trading him? All bets are on the Niners shipping Garoppolo off to a new home after Lynch admitted that the team is looking to find a new fit for Jimmy G. His no-trade clause is set to expire March 16th. Lance started 2 games this past season, 6 total appearances. He threw 603 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, completing 57.7% of his passes. And I think that's probably the part of his game that concerns me the most is Jimmy Garoppolo's completion percentage. Now, very quickly, let me touch on this because it might have something to do with what happens with Jimmy G, frankly. Could John Lynch return to the broadcast booth? Could 49ers GM John Lynch be a candidate to fill one of the spots, talking about surrounding Troy Aikman? When rumors about John Lynch returning to TV bubbled up earlier in the month, he was quick to respond. From time to time, opportunities are presented. Lynch said at the time, I can tell you and tell everyone that my commitment right now is to this organization. We're coming off a season, but my commitment to the 49ers, York family, and to Kyle, I feel like it's a real blessing to be part of the organization, so my commitment is right there, and that's where I'll be. Lynch did say that opportunities are presented. It's possible that Fox already approached him earlier this year to take his temperature about the idea in case Aikman didn't work out. Now here's from the Post. Quote, Fox will consider its number 2 analyst Greg Olsen, Sean McVay, Sean Payton, and in a twist, they could actually try to get Drew Brees from NBC. Brees, who is in NBC studio, is also a candidate for Amazon on Thursday night. I don't know how that's possible. Fox will also wait if a mystery candidate, someone not apparent right now, arises. The 49ers GM and ex-TV game analyst John Lynch could fall into this category for either Amazon or Fox. And, of course, they go on to talk about the fact that Adam Peters, the assistant, would most likely jump up a role into John Lynch's spot. Makes a lot of sense. Adam Peters has been a number 2 forever, and he almost got that GM job with the New York Giants. He was even rumored for the actual Niners GM job at one time a few years back. So that's interesting because if John Lynch is actually the big Jimmy Garoppolo fan, then I would think Jimmy G is probably on his way out the door. If it's the other way around and it's Kyle Shanahan, then John Lynch may still be on his way out the door because Kyle Shanahan may want to keep Jimmy G. This is the thing, as everybody pounds the table for Trey Lance. You've got a Super Bowl contending team right now, okay? And I think as fans, people don't realize how coaches process this, okay? A coach wants to know when they got a team this good, what they're going into the season with, what they can expect, okay? And to the outside, the fans are like, oh, my God, Jimmy Garoppolo threw another interception, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but he completed 68% of those passes too, okay? So that's something when you're talking about moving the chains down the field in an offense like Kyle's, it's important if you're staring at another quarterback to replace Jimmy that can only, possibly complete 60% of his passes. That is a big deal to Kyle Shanahan. Okay? That's why he liked Matt Ryan. That's why he likes Kirk Cousins. And, nobody's really talked about the idea that they could let Jimmy go and bring in somebody else. And I'm not talking about Tom Brady either. It could be anybody else. There's Kirk Cousins rumblings out there because the Vikings might look at a different quarterback. Now, I don't know that Kirk Cousins would come to the Niners, but I'm just saying. I mean, hell, Carolina made a call about Kirk Cousins. So you get my point. Something that concerns me as a 49ers fan is the fact that there is starting to be so much smoke around the fact that Trey Lance is not ready. And for all the people that talk about Jimmy G not being able to stay healthy, and that's a fact. That's why they drafted Trey Lance. People need to realize it wasn't Jimmy G's play as it was the fact that he could not stay healthy. That's why they drafted Trey Lance. But Booger McFarland very smartly pointed something out. Trey Lance got hurt a couple of times already this year. Okay, so So we don't exactly know how injury prone he may or may not be. And something you can say about Jimmy, he's pretty tough. He played into the playoffs with that messed up thumb and some other stuff going on. He was injured during this playoff run, but he was still in there taking his lumps. I don't know. I do still lean towards Jimmy Garoppolo getting traded. I think the Steelers and the Broncos, the Commanders, I would have said the Texans, but I think they're actually going with Davis Mills. Maybe even the Panthers. Because Boomer Esiason said it today, in fact, on the morning show. Somebody's going to get Jimmy Garoppolo and have a starter for 5 years. A good, competent NFL starter for 5 years. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are aware of that too. They've got a win-now team. Everybody keeps bringing up Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen with Trey Lance, but those are outliers. That's not the norm. Tell me what you think. Black and White Live fans, finally another 49ers video. Peace, I'm out.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.